All right, guys, in this video, what we're going to try to get done today is get these trunk floors stripped out of here. You saw in the last video how we separated the trunk pan from the face part of the pan. I don't even know what you want to call it, the transition pan, shock pan. It comes over to the rear floor. Anyhow, we didn't need that because we're going to use the original. We touched on the 64 spot welds that held the staggered shock plate in there. We showed you how Ford cut that hole there to let that shock come up and mount to that plate. So in today's video, we're going to try to just get this old floor pan out of here, both sides. Benny went ahead and made a blowout patch on the B pillar over here. That needs to be finished welded up. That come out really nice. You can see how he made a nice little piece that'll fit in there flush, and we'll weld that up. That'll be good. That'll be done. Just prepping stuff for the quarters. I haven't got an authorization or shipment date on my quarters. They were supposed to be here today, but I don't know what the heck's going on with CJ's. I didn't plan on being on time. We will keep you posted on that. Filling in time here, guys. So as soon as we get this done, we'll bring you back on time lapse, and then we'll show you what we did and what we didn't get done. Remember, like and subscribe. And check out the merch. We have shirts, sweatshirts, t-shirts, coffee mugs, and stickers. In that time lapse, you saw where we removed the trunk floor, and I did a little straightening of this outer wheelhouse. But I had, if you're all were wondering what this is a descaler. This is what I use to get all the undercoating off, so I can expose this to spot welds to drill out the trunk floor. If you see right here, this descaler is a wonderful tool because it just cleans. It just takes that undercoating, just flakes it right off. Otherwise, you have to sit there with a torch or mineral spirits and get those welds clean. But this thing, it doesn't damage the metal. If you do it right and you run it on a slight angle and you take it up and down, it just takes that undercoat and just flakes it off in chunks. And then you can just, when I sandblast the car, I can just lightly blast in here, and these things will clean up wonderful like they did in the Coupe de Fastback car. All right, so we're gonna come over here. We left this part on because we're trying to keep the dimensions over here until we get all the parts. The parts didn't come in today, so this is basically keeping everything, measurements and square and whatever. I did find a little bit of rust in this rear frame rail I'm gonna repair. I'm not gonna cut this frame rail off. I'm gonna repair it. I'm gonna cut the piece out on the bottom. There is a, right here. You can see it right there. I'm gonna cut that bottom out, and I'm gonna rebuild that bottom, and I'm gonna coat this frame rail with Osfo, and we're gonna dump some, either some Pour 15 or something Eastwood offers. We're gonna definitely load that frame rail up with some kind of corrosion protection. Then we're gonna come over here. We did the same over here, removed the floor, and we found a little spot in this frame rail as well, right here at the shackle. And we're gonna do the same there. It doesn't warn, and I'd rather keep the original stuff in here if I can. I'm just gonna get in here and coat this as the best that I can with Osfo. Osfo will clean this rust up in here and convert it. It's not gonna be a problem. If you come over here, in that time lapse, you saw Benny's big melon overhead. Anyhow, what we were trying to do here is we're going to replace, remember we had talked about that in the video that we had to put a blowout patch in here. That was in the floor pan video. So Benny is working on doing a wonderful patch in here. Looks good. He did the repair on the B pillar here. That looks good. So there you have it. We are slowly getting to the ass of this car and just waiting on parts. There's the taillight panel, there's the rear section. I'm going to actually try and use these pieces right here. I had bought Dynacorn filler pieces here, but I'm gonna try to reuse the original stuff here because this stuff's nice. I'm gonna take my time and peel this taillight panel off. This is just a patch that they just pop riveted over. This piece right here is actually fine. When I peel this quarter off here, we should be able to use all this stuff. I know there's some aftermarket parts on the car. People are probably like, why bother? Just put the Dynacorn on it. But if I can keep something original, I'm going to. This taillight panel's total junk. I don't understand. If you look here, they actually sectioned half a taillight panel piece in here. I don't understand the logic, whoever did this car. It makes no sense to me. Again, the guy I bought the car from he's had it since 1982. So it's a 69 to 82, and he didn't do any of this work. I cannot believe how much rust repair was in this car from that short period of time. This thing must have come out of the ocean.
Winch engage, lifting now. She's clearing the water, steady as she goes.
We'll come out here and I'll show you the pile of metal that we've been cutting off this car. And this is just a small pile. Look at this pile out here. It's just rust and mangled metal. It doesn't make any sense to me. And look at this. Look at this patch on this fender well. That's all brass in there. So that was totally rotted out. The fender wells were rotted out. The floors were rotted out. I mean, everything on the car was either wrecked or rotted. It makes no sense. By far the worst car I've ever done. I don't think I'll ever do one this bad again. This is ridiculous. I mean, this is hurting. This is hurting in the wallet. And we are gonna update our budget where we're at on this car. It's getting up there. You know, the whole point of us telling you the budget on this car is because people get in over their head on these project cars, and they get expensive. You might get a good deal on the car, but if you have to pay somebody to do this work, it's not such a good deal. And the only reason I'm doing this car is because it's an R code Super Cobra Jack car. If this was, like I say, if this was just an old fastback, this thing would have been in the junkyard. I would have partied this thing out a long time ago. I would have took the roof off of it and used it for a coupe or something. Being a staggered shock car, which we showed you in the last video also about how that staggered shock plate was mounted to the car. And again, look at that. Look how Ford cut that up. Isn't that pretty? It's like they turned loose a beaver in there. Look at this. Hacked it out, laid a plate on there, and put a shit ton of welds in it. We're gonna get this ground as well and cleaned. I got a little hammer and dolly and straighten some bent up metal here. But this is a nice piece. I wasn't gonna replace this whole front piece. That was not necessary. So give us a little bit of time here. Probably in the next couple weeks or so, we should get all this nice and primed up, and quarter panels, God only knows when they're gonna be here. Like I say, CJ said they were supposed to be here today, but I've heard that crap before too. So I don't know what happened to my delivery, but I have no notifications. So we're going on the second week. Pretty much just waiting on parts and just doing a lot of this little cleanup stuff. Meanwhile, I know the videos aren't that exciting, but trust me, they're getting there. We get the parts, we'll try to put a little more excitement in them. We took care of that rusted fender well patch you saw earlier. Benny was working on this today. He did a really good job on that. And we actually brought the Lenco spot welder out, and we spot welded it to the inner rocker like factory. Benny took care of this patch, as you can see. He even put the little pie cut in it. Did a good job on that. We won't weld this tab until we place the quarter panel, just in case we have to move this in and out for the door gap. This is the spot weld tool that I used was actually a Harbor Freight. It was a rotary spot weld cutter. And this is the one I used. Harbor Freight sells these. I think they might be $6 or $7 or something like that. But I've taken, let's see, I probably took out 80 spot welds with one of these. If you use them at a slow speed, you won't burn them up. You got to go slow. You can't go fast with these things. I highly recommend this if you're doing this kind of work for sure.
Can't do Neanderthal speed, huh?
No. Neanderthal speed.
Okay.
It will break and you'll be cussing. Anyhow, you saw that we got the floor out. This is the OSFO I talk about using a lot. People kind of wondering what the hell I'm saying. It's pronounced OSFO, and this is the company that makes it. You can get this at Ace. Ace Hardware carries it.
Probably Home Depot. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen it. Maybe on their website. I've never seen it in their store. But that stuff works wonderful. We are going to coat this frame inside. We're going to wash this frame out. We'll spray it. We'll let it set. We'll come back and we'll spray it, and we'll take a little hand wire brushes and we'll just coat this frame really good, and it will neutralize and clean that rust up. It works wonderful on galvanized parts too. It cleans the galvanized up and everything. So that's what we're going to be doing on that as well. I don't know. I don't have anything else for you guys today. I think we pretty much touched on peeling the trunk floor out and how we go about repairing the inner fender well, and I can show you guys the spot weld cutter. What I always do is I use a tiny little drill bit first. This is the drill bit I use. This drill bit has stayed sharp I've been using this thing all day, and I haven't even had to change it out once. So that is a 7/64 drill bit. Just regular cordless drill, slow speed. I'll show you the speed that I use. It's nothing great, just to put it on there, and I just kind of wiggle the drill around a little bit. That's all you gotta do. It's nothing to it. But you got to pre-drill them spot welds first. Just like that. Works really easy.
What happens when you see rust?
You see rust, you stop.
There you go.
Look, see all that rust that just came out of that? I'll do another one above it, and you can see the rust.
Oh, yeah.
Rust? There you go.
That means stop.
Again, Harbor Freight, $6, $8. Works wonderful. Just don't go fast because they will not last. In fact, hell, they probably even got a better line out. I've had these for years. This was the old Chicago. They probably have Bauer bits out now that are probably even better than these. We'll be going back to Harbor Freight for sure and getting another 3 or 4 of them. I wish I would have used these sooner. I never liked these things, but I kind of ran out of sharp drill bits today, and this was what I was reduced to. And I'm like, man, I don't know why I didn't use these sooner. There it is. So if there's anything that you guys want us to touch on, or you have any questions, don't hesitate to send Bloated Toad Garage, or check out the merch store. Sweatshirts, t-shirts, stickers, coffee mugs, and we will see you in the next video. Hopefully we'll have parts. I lied to you in the last one. I thought we would have had parts today, but this is just a filler video. Sorry. Do the best that we can with what we got, guys. All right, we'll see you in the next one.